Well, the first responders of Chicago are reporting back to work for Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD. The hit NBC series returns Wednesday right here on Local 4. And ahead of the One Chicago night, we are catching up with Jesse Schramm, who plays Dr. Hannah Asher on Chicago Med, and Jose Minoso, who both plays Joe Cruz. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so Hannah, I'm going to start with you. Chicago Med will kick off the night Wednesday. Set the scene for where things will pick up on the show.
Ooh, we're coming back in 6 months later from where we left off. The hospital was sold to a new regime, so we're acting within a new space now. A car crash has happened, and you have all of the departments hands-on. It's chaotic, it's explosive. We're dealing with issues that we might not normally deal with in our specialty. Archer is still dealing with his health issues of not having received a kidney yet, and Hannah and him don't see eye to eye on where he's coming from when it comes to the donating process or the receiving process. We've got new characters coming in that are rubbing elbows with our characters that are already set and revealing past relationships and possibly some future.
We always love relationship intrigue, that's for sure.
Yes, yes, yes.
We know what you really want.
Yes. Joe, Chicago Fire picks up with a familiar face returning to the firehouse. What can we expect with this season?
Well, you know, as usual, we kick things off with a bang, and there's a major explosion that leads us to learn that there is an arsonist targeting firefighters in the city. So thankfully, the incredible Taylor Kinney is back as Kelly Severide to handle the OFI of it all. He's going to fire cop his way through this entire season, figure out who this arsonist is, and save all of our lives. But, you know, that also means that you're going to get to see a little bit of Severide and kids, let's just say, fire in the bedroom. Because there's always plenty of that when those two are around each other. And we also get to find out whether or not Brett is going to say yes to the amazing Casey when he proposed last season. We were left on a real cliffhanger there, so we're going to get right to that immediately. And then, of course, we got to find out whether or not Mouch makes it. You know, he's on death's door, and we're going to get a quick answer to that. So, yeah, make sure you're tuning in right after Chicago Med.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, speaking of, Hannah, you know, the Chicago series is unique in how it will cross over from series to series. You don't often get that experience as a series actor. What do you enjoy about having your own story on Med and then seeing what happens when these cross over, you know, in different shows occasionally?
Getting to experience being a series regular on a show
in general, yeah,
in a show, let alone something like this, which has been a long-standing show. I got to join it when it was already really strong and had its wheels going, and I've gotten to experience getting a character and being surprised and going on the journey of how she grows, and that's been such a cool experience and something that I haven't really had the opportunity before. So getting to see how she develops and really honing in who she is. So that's been really fun. And I think it's been so fun getting to have the crossovers, because not only are you stepping into someone else's show and their set and what that is, it's combining it. It's taking the pieces and melding them together so that it really shows we are in one setting. We are in one backdrop. We're just in different divisions of that backdrop. And then, you know, every show has their, like, tone and their hue to it. So getting to experience when you get to come to our set.
True. Yes, that's
or,
the
like,
best.
I think it's so fun to get to mix those worlds and experience you coming here.
I couldn't agree with more. Like, you know, I liken it to visiting your favorite cousin's house that you haven't seen in a really long time, and they've got really interesting, cool toys that you just don't have at your house.
It's true.
And so you get to kind of play with all their stuff, and it's like the absolute best. And you don't really care if you break something at their place.
Hey.
It's not yours.
Hey.
You know, like.
No, but it's true. It's true. You get a different flavor, and it really does tie in that we are all in the same moments. We are all active at the same time. We're
Absolutely.
not separate from each other. We're just doing our lives.
As a matter of fact, Chicago Fire is also a 6-month advance. So it's like you really are living kind of in real time with all 3 shows, right? Like the universe is always building together. So there's just so many things to visit from every different aspect of all of the 3 shows. It's so special to be a part of it. So I hope you watch it.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, with that explanation of going to your cousin's house and making that parallel, everyone is going to want to watch all of these shows now. Thank you guys both so much for being with us this morning.
It's so true.
It's true. It's true. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Chicago Wednesday is back January 17th, starting at 8 p.m. right here on Local 4.